Hello guys and welcome to another video. Today's video won't be any showcase. If you haven't noticed, I've already posted 3 videos since I came back, all of them being showcases and most of them being complete fails because every time I try to showcase something on RTA, it never goes right. So today we're gonna use the same units. I'm gonna go over what drafts we're actually doing this season. A lot has changed in my account, so this is mainly going to be, kind of showcasing how I've been doing RTA so far and how I've been doing things. And it involves all the units I've tried to showcase so far, so hopefully we get to see them in action properly this time, because this time we're just doing RTA. We're gonna climb. We're gonna preferably cleave, but if we cannot cleave, we're gonna do turn two, teams, and hopefully that's gonna go our way. So let's jump into the RTA and let's see how it goes. We're starting off at 350 points and we're queuing right in. Here we go. First opponent. Same point range, which is exactly what we want to have here, so we can have many points if we lose, and lose the fair amount of points if we actually win. So no, actually the other way around. Either way, normally this season, even though I do have ways to deal with AOL, right now I'm completely banning her and ignoring her existence. Bellion is kind of a bad unit for me, but people need to pick 3 specific units to make Bellion really strong against me, so I'm still gonna go for the AOL ban because she's just very hard to work around, and it's very hard to have a one-to-one counter. And the one that exists, which is Politis on book, I don't have Politis, and I do have Politis, but I don't intend on building Politis, so that's what we're gonna do. So normally we first pick ML Charles, because ML Charles is an attack buffer, CR pusher, and honestly, for me, that's fair enough. Mine's around 245 speed, and he's bruiser, so I can draft him. I can basically draft him into a lot of stuff, and because he self-evasion buffs, it's very worthwhile. So right here is the problem. First picking him is very nice, but when you're second pick, you kind of have to give away what you're going to go for. Normally, I like to go for Kalrek because Kalrek is a speed threat type of unit, so when people see Kalrek and Charles together, maybe they think, hey, this guy's going to cleave. And because he already picked Fsesi, I want him to lean into that turn 2 ability, and I don't really want him to go with speed contests at all. I'm okay with this. Bellion's a little bit annoying, like I said, but as long as we keep drafting here and he doesn't go like A-Sid last pick, this is exactly what we want, because we don't want to fight the Bellion, and we're going to avoid it as much as possible. Because Bellion is very strong against my comp because of her S1 strip. If it wasn't for S1 strip, I can deal with the fact that she, removes your souls. Even though I am soul dependent, I could deal with it. This I cannot deal with it. So this is mainly what has been my problem in RTA, is people doing speed contests. Way too many of them. And right now, this is just a lot of stuff that I have to deal with. It's going to be a lot of RNG. Right, I'm fine with that. Unfortunately, we're going to have to deal with the Bellion, and that most likely means that we're going to have to either RNG our way out of this or just lose to RNG. So Blingo ban. Blingo ban is an okay ban. I can deal without it. I mean, I can deal without Blingo, and it's kind of fine. Because Blingo takes a while. I need to protect stuff with Blingo, and it takes a while to ramp up. But this is overall pretty bad always against Bellion, because she just keeps countering, keeps stripping everything, and when I do go into cover, that's when it starts to be a problem, right? So we have no souls here, but we still don't care. We go for attack buff, and we try to reset the Fsesi so we don't have to deal with the skill nullifier, and that's basically the play. We get attack buff here. This is apparently degen RB, which kind of makes me slightly afraid of what's coming. And I'm actually super surprised the Bellion didn't counter on his first turn here, on her first turn, because it's very normal to happen. Right. Well, she goes on the... Never mind, boys. She goes when the chances are not as good. All right. So we have attack buff and immunity on this. We have to make a choice. Either we get rid of the Fsesi, or we try to go for the Hail Mary onto the RB. My Kalrek is already unprotected, so I was talking for too long. This is definitely not what I wanted to do. Now we're going to have to deal with a lot of bad stuff coming in. For example, my shield possibly being broken. Well, okay, all right. Moving on to the next fight. There's no way I'm taking this. Let's just quit and let's go to the next fight. All right, next opponent, and let's see how this one goes. Violet pre-ban, that's interesting. Does that mean he's gonna draft Rem? Okay, so let's go for a counter pick type of draft this time, and not so much me trying to force in a cleave. I do want to cleave. Cleave is much more fun, faster matches, and it basically in the end doesn't matter if you lose a bunch of times because you do so many more matches when you're cleaving that it doesn't really matter. All right, so I think he's gonna swap. He's gonna go FCC into a swap to cleave here, which I'm okay with. But Violet being banned is pretty bad. Violet ban is pretty bad for me, so hopefully he picks like something like RB, so I can go BM Haste, something that gives me an edge on the draft. So let's see what he goes for. Maybe I should just skip all the draft altogether, but this video was mostly, the idea was mostly to show how I've been drafting, but again, start recording, start losing, it is what it is. Alright, what is he going to pick? Alright, seems like he's going pretty heavy into the cleave here, so we're gonna go for the best thing we can, which is we can only draft tanky units here. The main idea of drafting tanky units in here is because of Akoli's Akoli not being able to you know, completely one-shot someone and silencing the rest of the other units. It reduces her usability, which is something I want to do. Landy, alright, fair enough. Do I have enough AoE for her? 100% I don't. So I need to make sure I pick something that gives me mitigation and something that at the same time gives me a good old chance of surviving some stuff here. So I think Cecilia would be a nice pick to this draft. Unfortunately, my Cecilia does not have immunity buff because she's on a DPS, fast DPS effectiveness build. So it's so many stats that like if I don't have if I don't have crit set, she doesn't even get close to critting. And I think that's it. Even though I have plenty of AoE here, nothing is going to be able to deal with Stene through shields, so I have to ban that. He bans the Upsig, which is very regular when you're drafting FCC. Very, very common. Alright, so turn priority is on his side. He's most likely going to try to nuke the Charles. I think he cannot nuke my Charles from 100 to 0. It's possible, because his defense is not too high when he's at full HP, but through Aureas, I find it hard. It's definitely possible, but I find it hard. As you can see, even with Portrait, he gets the stun, doesn't get the silences, which is actually pretty good for me. He will get to do a full, like, boost through, and I don't have a way to cleanse here, so... Alright, finally I get one buff here. It's a little bit protective, gives me a little bit of heal, which is nice, and it doesn't trigger her, so that's good. Okay, good. Crown of Glory, not really doing too much, but doing enough. Alright, let's get the immunity up, and remove the skill nullifiers from them. Next time, Landy will have her stuff. 2 stealth units. Okay, we did go and provoke though, which is nice. Okay, so she's most likely going to go for the Charles. My Charles has a 40% evasion rate now. And it worked, but dual attacks. Imagine, can you imagine that? It worked. Like, I actually, like, I have an intended attack that worked. But Charles still died. But I think I can turn it around by killing this, Akoli, because she just opened up for me. Even though I really want to go for the Landy instead. But I don't think I get to go for the Landy here. I think I just go for the safety of one-shotting something squishy that I know is going to die. And getting the revive on my Charles, which is going to push my team and allow me to do further stuff. I do need to get the strip off. I'm not sure if my Cecilia is going to be able to get a turn before it, because she's too restricted, but it would be nice if she did get that turn. Okay, nice. She's going to S3 here. Charles should survive if there's a miss, because he's on Shepherd of Chaos, so he gets a lot of defense when he's low HP. As you can see, 1,000 damage, that's barely anything. Okay, he missed again. Unfortunately, she went back into stealth, but that means that I can try to get rid of her. That dual attack is huge. That dual attack is very lucky and very huge. That dual attack there was insane. Like, that, I couldn't have asked for anything better than that dual attack. I wanted to do this, but I haven't procced his perception yet, so he didn't do anything. All right, she doesn't have S3 yet. She goes for the Aureus. She gets it. A Ravi should be able to dish out enough damage, but she's still slowed and restricted. Oh, but this is good. He's making poor choices, which is very nice for me. He's giving me buffs, which is good for his landing, but at the same time, she's already fully stacked, so it doesn't quite matter. Okay, I lose my my evasion buff here, but hopefully I do enough damage so I can finish something. Hopefully I can finish her here. I don't. Alright. My Charles has a 40% chance to evade, but it's unlikely now that it doesn't have the evasion buff, because 90% and 40% is quite different. I take a bunch of damage, but she kills herself, and now I should be able to kill the Landy. She gets the crit, but we're still okay. We're still fine. And yeah, Landy was a very, very clutch. Not Landy. Senya was a very clutch pick here. A lot of AoEs to get rid of those, stealths. And turns out she just does a lot of damage. And that dual attack was really nasty. So I have to kind of thank that as well. But he got a pretty good dual attack as well. So what can we say? Next fight. Here we go, we get our first pick ML Charles, which is normally what we like to do, because people think it's a cleave, then they go anti-cleave, and that's what I really, really want them to do, because I run a slow cleave with a lot of damage, and they won't be able to survive it if they actually try, so that really makes it good for me. Okay, with this first two picks, I already come across a problem, which is, I can very much well commit here to a cleave, but J. Pergus is a little bit annoying with Charles already picked, and Politis as well. So what I think I'm going to do is, instead of, going the cleave way, I go and I circle back into very strong picks like Ram and Violet. My Ram and Violet are built different, they have different uses, but they still work for what they are, right? So now that I've picked those two units, he's going to kind of struggle because he's going to try to pick things to address it, and I think he's going to open up this stuff for me, which is really good. Let's do it more. Let's do a APOC Ravi into a BM Haste. Honestly, this is the most cancerous thing I can run. I want to get rid of that Kisei, because even though Violet counters the Kisei, I kind of don't want that possibility of the burst reset onto my units. Oh, actually, this is worse, because my Violet can solo this, but I cannot solo Carrot with my Violet. So I think he's not going to ban my Violet. There it is. So he's gonna trade off the shields, which actually, honestly, it's a little bit of a weird thing, because I don't have a cleanser and he has unbuffable, so he could definitely deal with that. Okay, he's most likely gonna go for the Charles. Unfortunately, still not on immunity. I'm working on it right now, but I lose too many stats right now on immunity, so I'll get the reset. He won't kill me, but I will get reset here. Okay, she doesn't seem too squishy. Fuck, bless me. Sorry. He gets the Gab. I got the demon mode and I almost cut. So this is going to be pretty good. I'm not really countering, which is very bad. But at least I'll get my S3 off before I die. Which isn't going to be very, very, very nice, but it's going to be okay. And sorry, I'm sneezing. That's why I had to stop the recording like a couple times. Okay, this should kill the RB and it should do a lot of damage to these people, and it should leave the backline unprotected, so let's go for this. I'm not going to heal, I'm not on Sigurd's, I'm on her own artifact, and I run her on speed, so I can cut stuff by, having her there. RB goes through. Hopefully this pushes me enough on my Aravi so I can revive someone. Hopefully. Not enough of a push. Does he go for S3 here? He does. And this should push. This should push enough. And I'll kill the Kisei if I do push enough here. Okay, this is good for me. Oh, she cuts by like half a percentage. This is bad. At least I don't have a shield. Oh. Alright, I guess I don't even have to touch her now. Because now I can just go for the Hail Mary onto the RB. Because this RB didn't seem too squishy, so... didn't seem too tanky. So I just go for him. I get an instant turn. And now I can just do whatever I want, right? Now I can just do whatever I want. Okay. Actually, I could go for the Politis here. I'm not gonna get cut, and I'm gonna show you the point. Like, if I miss on this Politis, I'm still gonna do more damage than any Violet could. Because look, on a miss, he's gonna do damage. Not a lot of units can do that much on a miss. And now I can burn this guy and get 2 for 1, attack buff onto my character, and that's it. So even though it was a weird comp, you can see how Charles would have the value here, right? Especially if he was on immunity. If he was on immunity, it would have been much better because he wouldn't have gotten reset, and I would have still pushed, gotten attack buff into my Violet, and that would have increased his value much more. And as you can see, like when he gets low HP, 90% evasion, it's a lot of evasion. So people never really know how to deal with it. And now we just whittled them down. I'm not gonna really S3 because who knows? Uh, maybe he can RNG and start soloing everyone, and I don't want to waste my S3. But that's it. Let's go do one more fight, I believe. I still want to get the cleave draft in because I haven't gotten it today, so let's do it. Here we know. Here we go. Next opponent. I don't know what's happening with my nose. Sorry if I'm doing like weird nasally sounds. I don't know. I just started sneezing and now it's itching, so got to deal with it. I'm gonna honestly try to skip this draft. Hopefully, he's gonna go for like someone not super high threat here as a first pick. FSSI is a very common first pick, or Crow or something like that, and those are the first picks that I actually want the enemy to take. But nowadays, on this RTA season, because of Bellion, I'm most likely considering if I take Bellion and I make her my pre-ban. Because right now, it's pretty tough. Right now, it's being pretty hard. We're gonna go for a Carrack. Unfortunately, the Carrack now adds the mage component, right? And when people have, when people now see a mage, they go, "Oh, I can pick Bellion into this," and I don't want it. So I may want to do a Bellion pre-ban from now on. Okay, he wants to speed contest, which is very bold of him. Very bold to pick a. Okay, he goes for 2 speed contests. So now what I do is I realize that I need to cut my losses, right? So if I have to cut my losses, I need to start picking really annoying stuff. You know what I mean? I need to go for some really annoying stuff. And honestly, I could do this in a Ravi or this in Rem, but I'm gonna do this in Rem because I actually want them to ban my Rem. I don't want my Rem to go through. My Ram isn't as solo carry as other Rams. My Ram is mostly there to cut when they kill something on my team, and then I can either debuff them, or if some unit isn't protected, I can just one-shot that. It's for very low utility, but it's for very specific situations. It's more like a cleave cleanup unit for me, and people never expect it to be fast, so that's also something very good. I do have an awful lot of single target here, so he's most likely going to go for the stunning, and I'm most likely going to ban it no matter what. So let's see what he goes for. All right, RB. I'm okay with RB. RB is one-shottable, unless it's degen, and even if it's degen, I have low threat here. Violet, ban. He will most likely go for my Carrack. My Carrack is going to be a threat to his team, so he's most likely going to go for that. Unless he goes for the reset on my Charles, which would be a fair enough trade, because he did get the Gab. If you get the Gab, it's kind of a waste to go for the Carrack, I think. Yep, he didn't go for the Carrack. Hey, what did I tell you, boys? What did I tell you? The cut potential, remember? Now it's time to debuff some boys. And ignore effect resistance on those. Let's go. Come on. Come on, S3. At least she S3's, there's some connection error here. But anyway, she does S3. This is going to put 100% blind on everyone, and it's going to increase the hell out of the RNG of this fight. Everyone is debuffed now. Now this man's going to have to play the dice. He's gonna do the dice game now. Okay, gets a Gab. But as long as he misses, he doesn't do damage, right? Oh, he missed on the right units. That's good. Demon Mount counter, which is very high value. I think I go for a Hail Mary here. Do I burn the F Sessi? I think I actually do burn the F Sessi. I burn the F Sessi so she doesn't get to put the skill null up. Now she can only go for provokes on no one because she can't land a provoke on anyone. So she either goes for the Rem or she goes for the Aravi. He goes for the Aravi, which is actually a smart play to do here. This should kill the Carrack and the Rem, but I'll be able to revive one of them. Oh, I got a counter. Huge. These counters are actually like saving my life. I love it. We won't be able to get the Charles up, but I'll try. I'm gonna kill the RB, and hopefully I get the Charles up. I know I'm basically sacrificing my unit here, but because I give him 100% CR, I still get to kill whoever I want to kill, which is gonna be her. Because I know for a fact my Remy's gone. But I'm kind of still okay with it. He does get another Gab, which is a little bit unlucky, but that ooh, he gets the burn though. This one's gonna hurt a bunch more. I'm gonna need some A-Ravi counter here. Ooh, no A-Ravi counter, but he did miss on my boy, so this is actually quite okay. Because if I get the CR push my A-Ravi, I still have a chance here. He goes for the S3. Okay, that's actually a smart play, unless he misses. But that still kills anyway. Alright, he gets another Gab. Hopefully I start countering like a crazy man, but I don't think that's happening. I don't think I'm going to start countering right now. Seems very unlikely for me to start countering now. Right, I would need to land a hit on this RB, which is sounding more and more undoable. Okay, I should be slept here. Hopefully I counter from it, but I most likely won't. Okay, hopefully he wakes me up, or I count. I don't know. I just need to counter. I just need to counter here, and he needs to stop gapping. That's my win condition. Stop gapping, and I need to start countering. Okay. I need to somehow like kill this man. If I don't kill this RB, I'm in trouble. Because I'll eventually cycle into my S3, and then I kill the Baal. There's a lot of people that here, so it's very, very possible to do so. But it seems harder and harder. Oh, that's a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Alright, he's gonna go for S1. Should push me. It does push me. Ooh, the gap again. I don't think I survived this gap. I think this gap is where I draw the line of too much. Yeah, there's no protection from missing there. Just a bunch of stuff. Either way, that's fine. Let's do one more. I really want to get my cleave in here, so I'm gonna try to pre-ban Bellion and hope to God people don't pick AOL or the enemy itself bans AOL because it's a very, very common ban. So let's do that one. Here we go. Next match. This is the first match ever I ban Bellion. This is gonna be a good test to see the moment you stop banning AOL, she appears. That's gonna be the main goal here. It's to see if that actually happens. Because let's be honest, like AOL is very broken to the game, but you can pity the Bellion, but you cannot pity the AOL. So there's some argument there that it would be very beneficial to you to not ban, you know, an ML 4-star that just came out on Mystic Rotation, right? A lot of people hunt it, a lot of people don't get it, even though, yeah, and Bellion you can pity for, so, you know, you can arguably say. That's already a pretty bad pick. Most politicians now are running Book, so they can actually counter AOL. This guy doesn't ban AOL, so I'm thinking that he actually is using that type of tech, which means that my DJ Basar is going to have a plenty of good old time with her, because politicians without Aila don't bother me, because I put a three turn immunity buff, and she only reduces that to a 2. Ooh, a Carrick. All right, I don't mind the steel pick. Now, like more and more, my units are starting to become meta, even though they were never meta to begin with. But you know, units get buffed, so people start using them. But this is like the first Carrick pick I've ever seen, so this is gonna be pretty good. I'm definitely for now banning the Carrick. That's the #1 threat right now to my team, and if you pick some more speed into this, it's gonna be hard. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna have to pick 2 Earths into fire. That's gonna be bad. That's gonna be bad, real bad. But we'll try. We'll try to do it anyway. We have to get the politics needs to go through. More fire. Damn, dude, this guy's going full fire. All right, that's like he's most likely gonna ban the Blingo and leave the 2 fire units to RNG, right? I would actually be okay with that outcome. I wouldn't be super stoked about it, but I'd be okay with it. Because my Pavel and my Ludwig, they do a lot of damage. And assuming it's a 50-50, there's a lot of RNG that can go my way. So I'm okay with it, but let's see what it ban. It's very exciting. Never fought this type of weird comp where people just go 4 fight your units and and they hope that works. Okay, Blinko ban. All right, it's actually pretty exciting. Hopefully, like the one thing that can make or break this team is Politis being on on Aila or not. Because right now, if she strips my immunity, I'm screwed. I am like screwed. Because she's gonna cut, she's gonna put mischance and unbuffable, and there's no escape. Oh, it's also a DPS one. Which actually I'm fairly confident it's fine as long as I get my turn here, because I do have my soul burn and I don't need a soul burn on Ludwig for now. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's real bad. Oh, lucky bastard. Oh, lucky bastard. He got it. He got it. What can I do? There's nothing I can do. It's gone. I didn't even notice if she's on AL or not. I just saw shit happening. That's real bad. That's really bad. Yeah, I can't do anything about this. This is over. This is over. Like, what I still find surprising is that, man, this is so demotivating. Like, I started doing videos again, and I have a swell old time when I'm not recording. The moment I start recording, shit goes fucking south. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, this is pointless to watch. All right, let's make this video excruciatingly long with one more fight, because damn, this is leaving like a very nasty taste in my mouth. Here we go. On to the next fight. I'm gonna try to skip this draft because Jesus, I'm making this video way too long, but I cannot finish in such an unfortunate, end. At least the pre-ban was very optimal for me, but that doesn't mean they still cannot pick things that would be extremely annoying to me. I've been trying to figure out a order of draft to make them not ban or not pick the things I don't want them to pick. But as it stands, this guy, I love this guy. The fast pickers, the people that know they're gonna pick whatever they're gonna pick. Those are the people I want. Because most of the time, those people don't know how to respond to my comp. Like, so far, this is fine. This is more than fine. This is all just great. Great all time. I go for Aravi. All I need to go is for a reset on the FSESI, or just go for the plain old, like, biggest nuke of your life. The only reason to lose here, or the only way we lose here, is if we get outsped. We didn't get outsped, so that should most likely tell you it's complete GG. The cool thing about having this type of comp is I can soul burn twice, and my Ludwig still gets his burn, which is actually one of the coolest things about this team. So normally I go for a soul burn on the FSESI, so I don't have to deal with it. There it is, she's reset, she won't do skill nullifiers anymore, and now we have a stealth unit, and we have a good old opportunity to do a Blingo cleave into a soul burn Ludwig cleave, which is a lot of damage, especially because we should remove skill nullifiers, not skill nullifiers, the stealth from some of these units. These are very tanky units, actually. And unfortunately, we went on the maid twice, which means we pushed her twice. But the revive buff here isn't the main problem, I think. I think it's okay. But it kind of makes me change how I'm going about this. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a extension on my invincibility buff, instead of going for the clean S3, because I was going to do the clean S3 to not deal with the revive, but he got lucky enough, and it was unfortunate. And he got lucky enough again by creating my Carrick, but I still think it's okay to a certain extent, as long as I get rid of enough things, or my Ludwig counters. There it is. Steal something important. It didn't steal anything important. Another counter. Please steal anything important. Again, nothing important. But hopefully this kills the Landy, so she loses the attack buff and I can kill her next turn if she doesn't go back into stealth. And I missed my crit, which is a 15% chance because it's still not imprinted. So as you can see, it doesn't matter what you do. Luck will haunt you and you'll be unlucky forever. That's basically what the game is saying. And at least I steal something? These units don't have high FRES. I should steal something. It's 75% chance to steal a buff. Steal something. Do it. Do it. Just steal something. I'm going to full heal the guy here. Take away her buff. But she's gonna get S3 from 2 buffs, which is pretty bad. Okay, I resisted, pretty lucky, but he's gonna kill everything here. Unless my Ludwig just starts like countering, killing everything, there's no win. There's no win. This person got too lucky. I can't. I just can't do it. And they're both dead. Not yet, but you're gonna die now. All right, guys. I don't know what else to say. This is it. I guess my life this RTA season and then doing videos for YouTube is, you know, climbing so I can lose points on video. That's apparently what it's about. So hopefully you guys watched some stuff that was interesting. I don't know. It all felt like a shit show. So whatever. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.